Dokkan has improved quite a bit since I've been gone. But the last thing I was expecting, which necessarily, like, I'm not gonna say it's the biggest thing in the world, but at heart, I'm a free to play player at heart. Even though my last account, was pretty whaled out. Before that account, dude, I used to scrape the bottom of the freaking barrel for every single Dragonstone just to do a multi on some banner and just to get shafted, and then I'd repeat the process for the next few years. So I know what it's like, and anything that benefits free to play players just gets me excited. So the last thing I was expecting is for them to have 5 other characters to accompany this free-to-play Goku for the panel missions. Dude, this has made grinding for me in my right now. This is the first team I have in my account, right? In the panel missions, you farm up this free-to-play Goku, but then you also have to like awaken these guys, rainbow these guys, and they're so usable. Like they don't suck, and it's helped me complete a lot of just early game stuff. And even though I have died on stream, right, trying to take on a few different events, because again they're not really meant to be the best things in the game, it's made grinding other things a lot easier, and they're not necessarily like obviously end game type of they're not end game type of good. They're not even really mid game type of good, but they can clear out a lot of early content that's going to help me get to the early game to the mid game. So this is the last thing I was genuinely expecting. And then it made me think about it, dude. Like, we have the free-to-play Saiyan Saga team. We have the free-to-play Rose Goku Black team that now I'm trying to farm up. The free-to-play Ginyu Force team. We have the free-to-play Metal Cooler team in the game. We have the free-to-play Bardock Squad team in the game. So then it got me thinking, like, what other free-to-play teams could we possibly see in the game? I want you to let me know out of all of Dragon Ball. It can be the craziest idea, because mind you, right, we have characters like Trunks and Broly in the card. We have characters like Frieza and Cooler in the card. So it could literally be whatever you want it to be. But if Dokkan was announcing, right, a completely new free-to-play team that you can grind up, what would you want it to be? Me personally, I think one great option would be a Cell Junior team. Oh, also, really quick, I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter too much now, but I really like the concept of you having to farm out each specific, like, let's say, character, rainbow the character, and then rainbow the entire team. And once you rainbow the entire team, you unlock a new free-to-play LR that leads that entire team. I really like that concept, and I feel like every single free-to-play team should kind of have like that. Should kind of have like it should kind of be built like that. So imagine again this Metal Cooler team. Imagine they release an update tomorrow where there's a new free-to-play LR Metal Cooler, whatever you want to call it, and you unlock it by awakening and having Rainbow and having Easy Aid all of the free-to-play Metal Cooler units. I think for free-to-play players that could be absolutely massive, especially if the free-to-play LR buffs the team and does, I guess, rounds out the team completely. These teams, again, aren't meant to be the best teams in the game, but for, again, newer players, it could be beautiful. Another thing they could even do, before I continue, Dokkan could make it such that you need like one specific team to grind out of the next team, right? So, for example, you have this Saiyan Saga team. Let's say then you need this team to then grind the Rose Goku Black team, you have to use these characters, essentially, to clear out these guys. And once you have the Rose Goku Black team, you can use either of these teams to clear to get the Ginyu Force. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be in that order, but you get the point I'm trying to make. And of course, the next team you grind would be better than the last team you grinded, which would allow you to kind of, I'm not going to say jump the meta, but as a new player, if I needed, let's say the Rose Goku Black team is the best free-to-play team in the game, which it could actually be, right? The fact that the game would have me farm up this team first, and then this team, and then another team, and then another team, to then finally get to this team. Now I have a lot of really good free-to-play characters in my box that can take a bunch of different events on. I learned a lot about how the game works. I learned a lot about how to train units, awaken units, all that stuff in the middle of all that grinding. And again, I can take on multiple events, take on multiple challenges, And again, I just have multiple cards on my, like, I think Dokkan should definitely cater or kind of work their free-to-play teams in a system like that. But that's besides the point. A Cell Junior team, I think, could be really, really cool. And it would definitely work. I think there is definitely more than 5 Goku Black clones, because there's definitely more than 5 Cell Juniors, especially in this art specifically. But they can definitely make it work similar to how they did it here, right? Like Tech, Cell Junior, STR Cell Junior, and then give all of them like maybe unique arts the same way these Rose Goku Black. So they don't really have to do that, but you understand the point. Next, I think they could definitely do something for the Shadow Dragons. Now there are 7 Shadow Dragons, so 2 of them will have to be together in some way. So I think what they could do is obviously give a free-to-play card to Sin, give Ice and Nova a free-to-play card, which, yes, it already exists, but A, they suck, and B, hear me out, it's free-to-play super attack fodder for these guys, which they don't have it yet. That's always a plus, right? But the most important thing here is that Haze, Rage, Oceanus, and Natron. Okay, I should say, because Oceanus has a usable card, but these other 3 don't have usable cards in the game at all. At all. So I think we could easily see a transforming Oceanus free-to-play card, which I don't think it would be, like a turn 1 transformation thing wouldn't be bad at all. And then a Rage free-to-play card, and a Haze free-to-play card, and a Natron free-to-play card. Actual usable Shadow Dragons in the game, giving representation to characters who don't have it. I mean, they have it in the game, but not usable in some degree. So I think a free-to-play Shadow Dragon Saga team would easily work. And then another idea here is the Hera Clan. So similar situation, honestly, when it comes to, or comparing to the Shadow Dragons. You have representation for these characters, but not really. Like, we have representation for Bojack. We even have the Bojack, like the Hera Clan LR with all of them in it. But besides that, it's like you have the banner unit, Zanya, that's it. And then you have the summonable Gokua, but it's like, you can awaken, he's just an SR, and then you can awaken him, sure, but this is like, he's not doing anything, you know? So giving him an actual usable card in game, giving Zanya another usable card in game, but more importantly, giving something to Beto, bulging biceps Beto. Wait, is it actually, okay, never mind. Yeah, giving one to Beto, giving something to Bujin, giving something to... Wait, is it just 1, 2... Oh, it's just 5, right? Dude, yeah. Am I missing one? I don't think I'm missing one. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, yeah, just those 5. Again, I don't know what the free-to-play LR would be. They don't really need one, right? Because the Rose Goku Black Squad, it's just 5 characters. They don't really have a free-to-play. But you get the point, right? So with these guys, it could easily work. You'd be giving representation, or usable, I should say, representation to Bujin, Beto, and Gokua. Zanya already does exist as a card, but actually give her something useful, and then Bojack, free-to-play card, and just more SA fodder for the other Bojacks that are in the game. And then last but not least, honest, let me just close all these tabs, because now it's starting to annoy me. You could also do something for Namekians. Now, I chose Namekians. I think the team itself could be like a little wonky. Not wonky, I just don't know how well it would like work. But the point I was getting across here is, again, giving more representation to characters who either don't exist in Dokkan or don't really have any usable cards. So Kami obviously has a usable card, but why not make him the leader, I guess. Obviously you'd have Piccolo. Giving one more card to Nail would not hurt at all. I know there's the AGL Nail, which is actually pretty decent after his EZA on the Namekian team. I guess he was decent a year and a half ago. I don't know about now. So that's that. But more importantly, you can put Dende on the team, bro. Dende could be like an insane heal for the team. A nice and strong healing mechanic. Why not? And then you can also... Okay, I know Grand Elder Guru is doing nothing but sitting on his chair, but he could be a crazy support. Insane support. His super attack could be supporting the team. Just think about that. Like, maybe he has no super attack. Maybe he just has an active skill that you can pop every single turn. I don't know. They can do what... Dokkan can do whatever they want. But I feel like getting Grand Elder Guru in the game who's like an all-type support, but also goes crazy supporting for Namekians could be really, really cool. Dende being an insane heal when the full team is Namekian, I think, again, would be really, really cool. Give representation to two characters who don't really have cards in the game at all. And then, again, also giving cards to Nail, who I definitely think could get more representation. Piccolo, I mean, why not? And then Kami, which, in my opinion, yes, needs more representation. I guess you could also do Namekians like Cyanel and Purina, but that's a whole different universe. I don't really know if you want to go down that route. I guess you could do Lord Slug, but I was trying to go with more like super class kind of characters here, kinda, you know. Demon King Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo and Lord Slug, they are the actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember all of their names, but what about the kids of Demon King Piccolo? You have Demon King Piccolo, and then you have Cymbal, Tambourine. I don't forgot the other name. That could also work too, right? Cymbal, Tambourine. Is one called Drum, right? Piano. I don't know. I'm literally just naming instruments, right? I don't know. But that could also work as well. The point I'm trying to make is that Dokkan still has a lot of opportunity that they could take advantage of when it comes to free-to-play teams like this. Because again, being able to farm this immediately really made me excited and made grinding the game just a lot more fun, at least from the beginning. Because I know, dude, when you start Dokkan over again, it is treacherous. Especially back in the day when this literally didn't exist. It's just insane. But being able to walk in, have this team, it just makes things so much easier, and it made me very excited. It prompted me to make this video because I thought about, dude, what else could they possibly do? And there was genuinely a lot that they could do. And if they formatted all of these free-to-play teams such that they were very accessible to you at the beginning of the game, it could lead to newer players being able to farm up all of these teams, not super, super fast, right? But farming up all of these teams, having a bunch of LRs in their box, making the grind a lot easier. But also, when you take on specific events, you're now going to have a bunch of different characters across a bunch of different categories, which makes taking on mission-specific runs a lot easier as well, right? Because without this, you wouldn't be able to really run a Corroded Body and Mind team, right? Or Artificial Lifeform team with the Metal Coolers, or Saiyan Saga, or Earthlings, or Namekians, or whatever other categories you can think of. Being able to farm up all these free-to-play teams from an early game thing, again, could be really, really cool. So I really hope down the line, so again, I don't think it'll actually happen, but if Dokkan could take all these free-to-play teams, let's say put them into like one event, and you kind of just climb up the ladder. And I guess it would be based off of like release order. So maybe like Ginyu Force first, and then, you know, Team Bardock next, and then the Metal Cooler team after that, and then so on and so forth. So it's just one event where every stage you can grind the free-to-play units, the orbs if they have them, the sticker effects for them whenever they EZA. Again, but just one localized event where you clear one, you get the entire team rainbow, you get the free-to-play LR, and boom, you run that team or any of the other units to farm the next stage, and then the next stage, and then the next stage. I think that could be a really cool ongoing theme, and that can be extremely accessible to free-to-play characters, or sorry, free-to-play players, or newer players who are starting the game for the first time. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and peace.